Hey everyone, back for another Neon Genesis Evangelion review. Today we're doing episode 17. This one's kind of interesting because there's no angels in this. This is more or less just a lot of people talking about what's happening, what just happened, and a look at where we're going. This episode also has the same title for both halves. So let's just get into it. First episode is called The Fourth Child. The fourth child is more or less the beginning of it is the subcommittee talking to Misato and asking them why can't they interrogate Shinji about being stuck in the fourth child, in the fourth angel. I mean the 12th angel from the last episode, where if you remember that big huge ball absorbed him. This part of it tries to domesticate the life of the children and all the angels. We just get a lot of school stuff. But we also find out a very interesting thing, that the 4th Evangelion unit is destroyed. It wiped itself off the map along with the second branch who was making it. And apparently it has to do something with the fact that they're creating an S2 engine. In this episode, we also see that Ritsuko gives an update to Gendo about what's going on with the dummy system. They don't really call it that at this point, but you do hear them talk about the system, and Ritsuko lets Gendo know that she doesn't think that the subject is working well. Also, about near the end of this episode, we find out that the Marduk institution has come up with who the fourth child is going to be. Misato finds this out and doesn't seem a little bit all too happy about who that child is, and she worries about who the next child is going to be and how that relationship with Shinji is going to work. Episode kind of ends with a scene that is darkly reminiscent of a scene in, I believe, episode 5 or 6.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, it's 5. I think it's the first Rei episode where you see Shinji and Suzuhara have to give Rei Ayanami a school letter, and they walk into her house because that's the best thing after the last time Shinji saw her naked. But and that's kind of about it. The episode ends with them cleaning her house and Rei, you know, kind of being surprised that she said thank you to Shinji for cleaning her house, and she realizes she hasn't said that to anyone. That's more or less it for the first half. The second half of this episode is also called, no, it's actually called The Fourth Children.
The fourth child.
No, it is children.
No, it's a child.
Look.
Oh.
Dummy! Yeah!
Whatever.
Even,
I want to play Mean Bean Machine now.
Even the unseen voice of God can be wrong. Anyway. So, this episode is once again just a lot of talking, people characterization. We actually do find out a couple of interesting things. Gendo no longer cares about the council. You see, once again, after the episode 14, we kind of see the shift from the council being the head to Seilei. So Gendo doesn't care about the council. He's just looking for Seilei's approval and hoping he doesn't piss them off. We kind of have an interesting scene between Kaji and Maya where he flirts with her before Misato comes in to stop it. There's a lot of subtext in that one as well, considering how Maya can be seen as a lesbian because she sort of has a feeling for Ritsuko. And Kaji's just more or less all over the place. He'll sleep with any woman. A little bit of an interesting scene between Kaji and Shinji, as Kaji shows Shinji what he's been doing and what he does with his free time. He grows melons. The fourth child is told that he's the fourth child.
Obviously.
He doesn't look too happy. Especially alright, forget it. Let's go through it. It's Toji Suzuhara. He's the fourth child. He gets told he's none too happy, and really he shouldn't be. There is a part of this episode where you do see him visiting his sister in the hospital, and you have to remember why she's there. She's there because of the battle with the third angel that Shinji had in episode 1. So you can tell why he's not exactly all too happy about being a pilot, considering the first time he met Shinji, he punched him in the face. The episode ends with Asuka finding out who the fourth child is, and as you can imagine, she's not too happy, considering, if you remember in their first episode together, he looked up her dress. It wasn't his fault, as the wind blew up her dress, but yeah, she finds out that Toji's the next Eva pilot, and she is pissed as hell, as always. So that's more or less it. It's a lot of talking episode. We find out who Toji is the next pilot. Misato finds out from Kaji that the Marduk Society, the people who are supposed to be choosing the children, are a bunch of bullshit, because it's actually Seele who's choosing who the children are. We also find out that all of the people in Shinji's class are possible candidates to be pilots. So that's much it. There's not a lot of fighting. It's more or less another domesticated episode, but with a lot less interesting features in it. At least with episodes like episode 15, those women longing for the touch of others' lips and thus inviting their kisses, that's a long title. It brought about a little bit more depth in the characters, especially when it comes to Misato, Ritsuko, and definitely Kaji. This one is just more or less people talking about what just happened and kind of setting up Toji so he can be the next child. So anyway, episode 18 is the next one. We actually have a link this time, so if you go into the comment section or you go into the description section, there will be a link to Jeff's Sonic playthrough, so you can see there. And there will be a different voice, unseen voice of God. I'm not going to say who it is, but it might be someone you're seeing on camera. Until next time, we get to episode 18. Episode 18 is a really good one, and we will be having a special guest. It won't be him. So, peace, people.